I love my life. Just went out with kind of on this 5-day quest to see if I can get myself laid within 5 days, even though it's been 911 days since the last time I've had sex. And went out to Sabaris with my friend, and another friend was going to meet us there. And I just fucking rocked it in terms of hitting on people. I just went up to this chick, and she was really hot, and I just said hi there, because that was my plan. My plan was just to say hello and to immediately introduce myself to anyone I was interested in, and then trust that I could take it from there, rather than thinking up a clever line or trying to talk myself into being confident enough to hit on someone. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to rock that shit. And I went and said hi there to some chick, and she didn't quite hear me, and then so eventually I got to the point where I'm not really sure how it went down, but she like clearly did not seem interested in me, and so I just said, "You don't seem that interested in me," and she replied with, "In this song?" And I'm like, "No, in me," and she's like, "Oh." And she kind of laughed because it was out of the ordinary. And I just said, "What can we do to change that?" And I was just like totally looking her straight in the eye and just saying, "This is who I am, and I'm fucking hitting on you, and you can deal with that." And she was like really open and engaging. And her friend was kind of cock-blocking me, and that was all whatever, and it was okay. And they left like shortly thereafter, and I was cool with that. The way we were interacting was like I just like owned that situation. And then I went on to this next other chick, and I opened with the same line, just hi there, and then I just improvised whatever I said next, and she said that totally sounded like a line. But she was sitting there, she was on her phone, or she was like, cruising around on her phone, and I said hi there, and she was like super engaged in her response to me. And I just acknowledged her on that engagement. It's like, wow, you really seemed interested to hear from me. And whatever I said to her, she said that it sounded like a total line, which was, it was totally, I think it was because of the level of confidence or the level of, it was just so smooth, the reaction or the response that I had to her, that she thought of it, like, oh, you probably say that to all the girls. She ended up having a boyfriend, but that's kind of besides the point, because I was just like so in myself. I was like, oh, whatever, that's cool. I don't care. And then it was shortly thereafter it was bar close, and because I went out after midnight after I posted my day 6 stuff, and so we're hanging out. It's me and my buddy, and then a friend of ours, and as we're hanging out, across the street was a couple of chicks were just walking, and like I just immediately was like, I want to hit on them, and I didn't even hesitate, just like jogged across the street and immediately started hitting on them, and I hit on them for a little while, and then like apparently there was some dude was like, and I was like, I like tapped the dude in the back to like say, oh hey, yeah, no, that's cool. And he was like, no, seriously, we're heading someplace, don't touch me. And then I was like, and he was like, is that a problem? I'm like, yeah, you know what, it is a problem. And I kind of got in his face a little, but he just kept on walking. And whatever, and I felt a little disrespected, but like totally not even just like, whatever. I was ready to throw down if that had to happen, just because I will accept whatever reality comes into my vibration. Like, I don't think anything bad could happen, or I don't think anything outside of what I'm vibrational match can happen. So I'm just gonna keep on rolling. And then and then later I see this other chick walking the street, and I was like, she was like really cute. And I was like, I'm definitely across the street to go hit on her. But she was with a guy and then another chick, and and this guy made sure that he was kind of cool with them. Like, yeah, you're kind of cool with this or whatever. And her name was Stephanie, and she apparently works at some bar in Germantown. And sorry, Stephanie, if I'm dropping too much info, but she wouldn't give me her number. She was a little, her friend was like really impressed by the fact that I went across the street to hit on her. Because apparently they get you a lot of street cred these days. But she wouldn't give me her number. But she would tell me she worked at some bar whose name I don't remember in Germantown. But there can't be that many. So if I'm really interested, I can figure it out. But I'm not going to go that out of my way for anything. Because I like convenience, and convenience is something that comes to me or is right there in front of me. Those are usually the two primary ingredients in convenience. And so that went by the wayside or whatever. And I came back and I hung with my friend and my roommate and my other friend. And then the first chick that I hit on was walking with another friend, but I didn't notice that it was her. And so I went and hit on her other friend accidentally. But our other friend was kind of the one who was cock-blocking me, and she was like immediately like back to the cock-blocking. But then they went and they like sat down on some stoop, and I was just completely 100% comfortable myself, and I just went and I literally laid down on my back and just like lay down totally comfortably and talked to him from just laying down on my back and being completely comfortable with who I am. And they were kind of like, the blonde chick was still kind of in this not wanting anything to do with me mode, and the brunette, who was really responsive to me with just the way that I handled her responses in the first time I was hitting on her, she was kind of like feeling the pull of the blonde chick, I think, in terms of like not wanting to have anything to do with me. I don't know if that's quite the term, but she definitely respected the fact that the blonde chick was like, don't have anything to do with this guy. But it doesn't matter, because I was just like I'm like literally laying down in the middle of the fucking sidewalk, just like looking up and hanging up, and just being 100% comfortable in who I was. And it was really cool to just be so comfortable and so confident in who I am that it didn't even matter how somebody reacted. I was just 100% cool with who I am. It didn't even matter if some dude felt like I was threatening his position, because I was 100% cool in who I am, and I was 100% trusting in that if things went down, I'd be fine regardless if violence would occur or anything like that. Not that I'm out there looking for violence or anything along those lines, but I'm definitely not going to back down when somebody disrespects me, and I think they're going to respect my lack of respect for their disrespect. And yeah, it was just a total great experience in terms of just asserting how much change has occurred in these last now 36 days, because I am just so confident and assured and just cool with who I have become. And it's great to just play with that and to be out there and interact in situations where I would have been a totally different person before, and now I'm this person who's just like, fuck it, let's dive in and let's see if there's something there, and if there's not, let's move on, and if there is, let's find out right away. And it's really cool to experience that part of myself and just play with it and see where it goes.